It's halftime of the Division VI state championship title game here in Columbus. Marion Local making the plays in the first half so far. The Flyers on top of Kirtland, 13-0 as they look for their 5th straight state championship, and how about 25 straight playoff victories. Welcome back inside Ohio Stadium. Dave Chudowsky with you along with Ryan Cavanaugh. Ryan, we were looking forward to this game. In the pregame, we hyped it up so much about the history of these two programs, and we wanted to see them go head-to-head. So far in the first half, has it lived up to expectations?
I think it did, yeah, so far. I mean, I'm glad that Kirtland has found a way to settle down because, and not for Kirtland's sake, just for the sake of us having a good football game, because at the beginning it looked like Marion Local was going to run away from it. They came out of the gates firing, but Kirtland settled down. Now they have to figure out how to move the football and finish drives.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting second half, I think. And Kirtland's won 71 of its last 74 football games. Obviously, if they're going to win the next one, they're going to have to come out in the second half and figure out, you know, a different scheme. But it's hard, though, when you're a team that's so dimensional, one-dimensional like they are.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to have to just continue to establish that run game and start making some big plays out of the run game. As we'll talk about, they've tried to throw the football. They haven't been very successful throwing the football, but that's not the DNA of this team. They're going to have to run the ball and get Bates and Alchin free.
The DNA of Marion Local can go either way. And Coach Goodwin talked to us before the game, talked about how they've been a little more run this year, but certainly they can hit you in both ways, and they did that as they get their first touchdown. Let's take a look at how that happened. And the big question coming into this game, Ryan, was who's going to play quarterback?
Right, it was answered right away with Cole Griesdorn. There you see him hitting Kyle Homan on the outside. One thing that Griesdorn's done a real nice job of is spreading the wealth, getting the ball to many different players.
And then Aaron Neatfield here with the 5-yard touchdown to make it 6-0. They missed the extra point, but Neatfield with the touchdown.
Yeah, Neatfield is a shorter guy, only 185 pounds, but a real tough runner. Coach Goodwin said he's going to be a key, as he has been all season. And as you pointed out with the quarterbacks, I mean, that's the advantage Marion Local has, Chud, is they're able to do it through the air with either Griesdorn or Ligers and a number of wide receivers, and then Neatfield in the backfield.
Okay, I did some investigating because they missed the extra point, and you know, I obviously don't see every single Marion Local game throughout the year, but I can tell you that they hit a big field goal to beat Mechanicsburg, so they can work the kicking game, but they chose not to go for a field goal in their next drive. So let's take a look at how that came to be as they took the lead. And it all started with this unbelievable catch. You highlighted Hunter Wilker in the pregame show. Outstanding.
You know, Hunter Wilker, you see the big brace on his knee. He got hurt during the Macomb game, and this is the closest he's been to 100% since then. But you just see the awareness and the ability to track the ball over his head.
And then this is an outstanding touchdown. We were right in the corner to watch that. That's why I bring it up. They went for it on 4th and 9. And Matt Kalig with the touchdown right in the corner, just gets in. Outstanding. You have a little insight on that touchdown.
I do, yeah. We were standing at the end zone, and I've got to give credit to Nathan St. New. You're not going to see him on the field because he separated his shoulder, season-ending injury against Coldwater, but Nathan, a senior on the Marion Local team, down here supporting his guys, and as they broke the huddle, he looked at me and said, "We're going to run a post corner." And then they ran the post corner to Kalig, and they caught it. And I said, "How did you know that?" He said, "This is what we do." So, unfortunately, Kirtland didn't know that. But
I was wondering if you were going to go there.
Well, I asked him. I said, "Wouldn't Kirtland know that?" And he's like, you know. But he practices with them every day. But Nathan St. New, he called the shot, and a perfect pass from Griesdorn to Matt Kalig. Just well-executed play.
And when you're a master of what you do, and Marion Local certainly is a master, they get in the end zone, and that gave them a 13-0 lead. So that's our score. Kirtland had some opportunities, but the Hornets not able to put it into the end zone. They get a big opportunity here with the fumble recovery, Ryan.
Yeah, really nice job. And I thought Griesdorn was down. I can't believe that they continued the progress. But that's Jonathan Miller, who had a big half, also knocked down a key play. And then they get it out to David Alchin.
Late hit.
There's speedback. Right, late hit, 15 yards. You don't see a lot of personal fouls from Marion Local.
3rd and 4, stuffed.
Owen Bates.
And then here's the thing. I mean, when you're Kirtland and you don't pass a lot, you know, obviously it's not working out for them right now.
No, and that was part of the problem there. You see Owen Lewis and Evan Madden, the wide receiver, just not on the same page. And Evan Madden, first of all, one of the best kids in the program. Tiger Laverty singles him out as, well, everybody's done going to get on the bus after the game. Evan Madden is there picking up tape and cleaning up so someone else doesn't have to. But his body language says this. So when I bring that point up, that story, to say that he wasn't trying to show up his quarterback, but when you see a wide receiver put his hands up, he's saying, is it me, is it you? But we're not on the same page, and we've got to shore that up if we're going to pass the football, which they're going to need to do.
All right, Kirtland had another opportunity to try to get some points on the board, but not able to make it happen as they almost get past the 50-yard line.
They start to get the passing game clicking a little bit. You know, Owen Lewis settles down, and they need to get some of those completions, Chud, to give him some confidence.
False start, that's not going to help when you're trying to come back in a state championship game either. And then the Marion Local defense just getting it done. Oh, what a play there.
That's outstanding coverage. You know, they're throwing the ball up to Madden, who's a big receiver, a tight end who they'll put to the outside. But that's Cole Griesdorn, I believe that. That's their quarterback out there making an excellent play on defense.
One last comment before we go to break, too, that I'd like to make, because you talked about, you thought that the quarterback was down there in that play in the end zone where he just got in. I got to hats off to the refs, man. They continue to get it done here in this tournament. I mean, they don't need replay.
Yeah.
Their eyes is all they need, and they're getting it done. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I think the whole weekend so far, it's been well called. All right, we have to take a timeout here on the halftime show. We'll take a look at some more of the big plays of the first half when we return. Marion Local 13, Kirtland 0. That's the score at halftime. The Division VI state championship game, the first of 3 right here on Sports Time Ohio. The fans here inside Ohio Stadium, along with Ryan Cavanaugh and myself, getting treated to some excellent band work here as we've been singing some tunes and having a lot of fun. And we look at those first half stats, and the fun, all Marion Local.
Yeah, and I mean, they're dominating. If you look at the passing yardage, that's where it stands out, 129, and Kirtland only with 23. And again, as we've seen in some earlier games, Chud, Kirtland has time of possession 14 minutes to 9, but that isn't necessarily a very good indicator of what's going on.
We saw that yesterday,
right,
in one of the games,
yeah,
where the time of possession did not reflect the score at all.
No, but 6.8 yards per play for Marion Local, only 3 for Kirtland. Now, when you're Kirtland, 3 yards per play is pretty good if you're going to go and get it on 4th down. It sets up 4th and short, 4th and 1. They have been unable to finish drives, though.
Big storyline in this game, Marion Local and which quarterback was going to play, and I had mentioned it in the previous block there that coach said that, you know, they've been running more than passing this year, but the passing attack's been the difference, I think, at least. 129 yards passing and a touchdown.
Right, and you see here, you get Kalig, you get Homan, of course, Hunter Wilker. Griesdorn is really, he's been very effective both in drops, straight drops in the pocket here. Beautiful pass to Kalig.
I love that play. It was great.
Yeah, and also rolling out. So, you know, Griesdorn's a guy where you're not sure where the pass point is going to be. He's going to move the pocket, and he's very athletic, being able to throw off the run. But so far, that has been the difference. They are two-dimensional, Kirtland one-dimensional.
You remember Mr. Football, Mitch Trubisky?
I do.
Evan Madden, they're cousins, and he's a guy you highlighted in the pregame show, and he stood out to you the first half.
He's right here. He is blocking the extra point. And now remember, Evan Madden is a big kid, 6'3", 195, and watch him run here. Look at the speed of Evan Madden. Wow. Chasing down Homan. And he's been one of the real standouts defensively. Here he is getting injured as he comes up and fills the hole. You immediately see number 9 fall down. He took on Jack Homan there. Now, as we saw the pass play to Madden and some of the athleticism, he's going to play middle linebacker. He'll run down running backs to the edge. They'll line him up at wide receiver and throw him fade routes. And that incomplete pass on 3rd down that we just showed, that was post-injury. So Evan Madden is good. I expect to see him in the second half.
Yeah, these Division 6 and 7 kids, man, I'll tell you, they're small schools, but they have big kids that could be in D1 or D2 on the field. All right, we have to take this time out. Keys to the second half coming up next. All right. Very nice. Very nice.
Fox Sports commemorates the anniversary of Pearl Harbor with a special 2-day tribute, beginning with Fox NFL Sunday Live from the battleship Missouri. Then on Fox Sports 1, the U.S. women's national team takes on Trinidad and Tobago in Honolulu, and it all leads up to the Pearl Harbor Invitational as 6th-ranked Oklahoma takes on 8th-ranked Villanova. Fox Sports salutes the anniversary of Pearl Harbor beginning Sunday on Fox and FS1.
Ryan Cavanaugh, Dave Chudowsky back with you. It's halftime, 13-0, Marion Local in the lead. Key for me in the second half, if Marion Local comes out and scores right off the bat, I don't think Kirtland can come back if they're down 3 touchdowns. If they can hold them, I think the key for Kirtland is a turnover, some sort of big play to turn the game. If they can get that big play, they can come back and win this game.
For Marion Local, for me, you have to clean up the special teams you've had and the turnovers. You've had a fumble, you've had a blocked extra point. You can't give Kirtland a short field, and if you're Kirtland, you have to get a stop right away on 3rd down, and you have to finish your drives. You're moving the ball in between the 30s, but you've got to get the ball in the end zone.
All right, 13-0. Marion Local on top of Kirtland. It is halftime, and halftime's almost over. We're about to go into the second half here. Will Marion Local win its 5th state championship? We're about to find out. Cairns, Fry, Collins, Cavanaugh, and Chudowsky here in halftime. We'll see you again post-game. Enjoy the second half.
To pass, fires over the middle. Oh, hit by Local. Logan Local on the pick, and Kirtland with their 3rd turnover here this afternoon. But that's a big one.
One word. Wow. What a ball game. Kirtland bringing home another state championship to Northeast Ohio, 22-20. A comeback victory over Marion Local as they get it done in the second half. Wow, as I said again, 3rd state championship.
Chud, that banner summed it up. Small town, big heart. I was just on the field. I talked to one of their coaches. I said when it was 13-0 Marion Local and they were shutting down their offense, lesser teams may have, really given in to the power of Marion Local, but Kirtland turned it around. That's a lot of kids with big hearts.
It was incredible as the MAC tried to get its 3rd state championship. They fall short. They got 3 last year. They get 2 this year. And also the 24-game winning streak in the playoffs over for Marion Local. And now Kirtland has won 72 of its last 75 games.
That's impressive stuff.
Unbelievable. Now at halftime we talked about it, the keys, and we were both, I mean, I'm just going to pat you and myself on the back. I mean, I hate to do it, but we were spot on. We said that a turnover could be the difference in this one, and that's the only way Kirtland could get back in it. And by golly, that's exactly what happened, because on that fumble right here, the game changed.
Cole Griesdorn never got the snap from center, and Kirtland recovers on their own 3, which starts this big run by Joey Bates to get that drive going.
You get the turnover, you get the big run, and then how about this? They get the 1st down. Here's 17 yards on, I think it was 4th down there, wasn't it?
Yeah, they ran triple option.
That gets them 1st and goal, one of 2 big 4th down runs, and then the touchdown by Owen Lewis. Now that made it 14-13 Kirtland, because before the fumble, Ryan, we didn't show you, Kirtland got on the board to make it 13-7. That was after a flea flicker and pass interference. Bates scored to make it 13-7. So they got on the board, they get the turnover, they get that touchdown, and now they're up 14-13.
The team that averaged 3 yards a carry in the first half, meaning the Kirtland Hornets, was a different team in the second half. Whatever Coach Laverde told him at halftime, they came out determined. They got their running game going. That was the difference.
Okay, geez. So they get the lead now, right? And then they get the ball back, and they're facing a 4th down, and they're about, what, midfield here in the 4th quarter? And they go for it on 4th and 1. They don't just get 1. They get 57, Ryan Bates. Long touchdown run. You said he should have gone down here.
I was screaming at the TV, because you were next to me. Here's the 2-point conversion, and there's 2 things going on there. The long run, I know it's a high school guy with Joey Bates, but he's got to go down.
And then look at this, Hunter Wilker with the touchdown after the 2-point conversion was made to make it 22-13. That makes it 22-20. So if they get the onside kick, they have a shot, but it doesn't go far enough.
It goes NASCAR. It turns left instead of right.
Absolutely, and there you go. That's the ball game, and Kirtland wins the state championship. I want to go back to that long play, the 57-yard touchdown, and dissect it in many ways. Number one, how about the guts to go for it like that, Coach Laverty.
Fourth down, you know, that's what they do, though. That's who Coach Laverty is. They went for it on fourth down, and it was successful. Of course, that wasn't the only time they went for it on fourth down today, and especially not in big situations.
I got to disagree with you, though, and I totally get it. It makes sense to think you go down there. But how do you tell a high school kid that sees the end zone wide open to go down like that? I think, you know, you're here to win ball games and score touchdowns, and that's what's going through his head. So I get what you're saying, but I love the fact that he just took it on in.
Well, yeah, I mean, look, everybody wants to get in the end zone, and it's sure is an alluring sight when you see Ohio State and you're running towards it. But Marion Local had no timeouts. There were only 2 minutes left. If he takes a knee, if he just falls down, the game's over, and we don't have those late-game heroics. It doesn't matter right now because the Hornets ended up winning. But
well, real quick, too, how about going for 2 there after they scored the touchdown? We debated it. Do you go for 2? Do you kick the extra point? Turned out to be the right move. Was it the right move before they made it?
Yeah, I don't think I would have. I wouldn't.
I love your honesty.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have. I would have kicked it, and now they have to score, and they have to get a 2-point conversion. But Tiger Laverty, he didn't show up here to take home a state runner-up trophy. He showed up to win, and he called the game accordingly.
And one last thing, how about the emotion when his wife came up, gave him the hug, and he turned and looked at his squad, and what did we talk about before? He had won 2 other state titles, but this is in my opinion. I'm not speaking for Tiger. There are other Kirtland teams I thought for sure would win the state championship. I didn't know this team was capable of winning a state championship. I'm not saying they proved anyone wrong, but I just wonder if deep down inside, this is the most satisfying one for Tiger.
You know, I think you may be right. Obviously, I'm in Northeast Ohio, and I cover a lot of the football there, along with across the state, but people did not figure Kirtland to be here, and you know, they had that long regular season win streak years and years, and they lost to Grand Valley in week 3 or 4, so that was the first chink in the armor. And to your point, Chud, there were a lot of prior seasons in Kirtland where the team was expected to be here. I don't think this version was, and for that reason, that's probably a big part of some of that emotion from Coach Laverty.
Boy, what they've built there is incredible. Congrats to them. Love the emotion. Hey, Fox Sports commemorates the anniversary of Pearl Harbor with a special 2-day tribute, beginning with Fox NFL Sunday Live from the Battleship, Missouri. Then on FS1, the U.S. Women's National Team takes on Trinidad and Tobago in Honolulu. And it all leads up to the Pearl Harbor Invitational as 6th-ranked Oklahoma takes on 8th-ranked Villanova. Fox Sports salutes the anniversary of Pearl Harbor beginning Sunday on Fox and FS1. What a start we had here in Columbus, the first of 3 games. And Ryan, I know you're looking forward to this one big time, the big battle in Division I, St. Edward and Wayne.
Oh, big time's the key word there because of the players, big-time talent, and also these 2 programs.
A rematch.
Yeah.
And to think, too, St. Ed's wanted that state title for so long, they finally get it by beating Wayne. Beat them again, and now have a chance to beat them again.
Yep.
And then the D4 state championship, Hartley and Steubenville.
You know, the Big Red is certainly a town that's been through some things, but as a football program, they're back where they belong in the state championship.
And one last note, a road team has finally won a state championship. The home was 4-0 before that. I just wanted to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I mean, believe me, a couple people said as I walked out, hey, the team on that side finally won.
Right.
Got it done. So we got 2 more to go. Man, I'll tell you what, that was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, you just said it. I can't believe we've got 2 more of these. And if they're even close to as good as that game, don't leave the couch. Stick around.
Yeah, I hate leaving right now, but we'll take this break. We'll be back with you at 2:30 for the pregame show, the D1 game. For Ryan Cavanaugh, I'm Dave Chudowsky. See you later on.